Hey, welcome to the episode 54 Aftermarket Weekly. It's Carm Capriato. 54 weeks of doing this. It is too much fun, and I just love doing this. Glad to have you all here. We're coming to you live from the Dorman OE Fix studio, and let me say to everyone that we're pulling together aftermarket professionals from all over the country, actually all over North America. And for the good of the industry. It's one of the most unique shows that are out there. Of course, my background is podcasting, but I love to come out here live with my guests. And who are they this week? Clint Dudley, Shade Tree Automotive, Grimes, Iowa. Hello, Clint.
Hey, Carm. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, my friend. You've got some great things that we're going to talk about soon. And Pete McNeil is here from McNeil's in Sandy and Riverton, Utah. Hello there, Pete.
Hey, Carm, how are you? Thanks for the invite.
I'm glad you're here. We're going to get a chance to see Pete's beautiful Sandy, Utah shop, and it's a big one. Man,
it's
is it a
big?
How many square feet?
Just under 12,000.
Okay, and Clint, how big is yours?
Not to brag, but it's 13,000.
Oh, this is great, huh?
It's not a contest, Pete, but
Yeah, right.
I just encountered my shop is bigger than your moment.
Hey, we're all doing good.
Great.
Right.
So glad to hear it. Hey, how's business, Clint?
Business is wonderful. We've been very fortunate. We actually we were down a little bit about a year ago. That first and second quarter, like everybody was, but fortunately, we're able to finish up about 2% over 19, and then we're heading into this year, obviously up quite a bit. So we're up somewhere in the 20 to 25% range right now, which is just fantastic. It's good for morale. It's nice to see the cars, on the road again. Traffic's starting to get bad, which is good. So,
and Pete, you're having the same kind of success, right?
Yeah, it almost mirrors what Clint's having. We were off about 3% finishing the year last year, but we're up about 23% this year, and business has been very healthy, very strong.
That's an interesting point. You were only off 3%. I mean, to your budget or from the previous year, 2019?
From the prior year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. Think about how many months were you kind of, working from behind, maybe 3 or 4?
Yeah. Second quarter, obviously, things completely shut down, got quiet. We were at the midst of opening that new location in Riverton. So, we were still figuring out nuances and operations and, just the normal things that happen with a second location. But I'll tell you what, the realignment sometimes can be a benefit. We used it for training. We refined some of our processes and looked at some of the pay structures and did some things that I think are going to be beneficial this year.
You're the guys we have to listen to in this industry because you have demonstrated the power of your great leadership and survivorship, really, because, COVID hit and you say, okay, it's just a bump in the road. And that's exactly what you guys made it. Hey, let's take a quick look at the Sandy, Utah location of McNeil's that we're going to get a chance to get inside and look at. Hey, here's our agenda for today, everyone. Clint's going to come up and talk about technician pay. Of course, do the shop tour. We have a really cool trivia question of the week. It's kind of a fun one. And of course, we're going to update you on everything we're doing here at the podcast. If you're with us with social media at all, check in with your city. Love to have you give us a like, a comment, a share. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube as far as going live. We're also live on my website on the live page in case anyone says, oh, where can I quickly find Carm? remarkableresults.biz. And don't forget the podcast. This show becomes a podcast on Saturday mornings. We of course do this live on Tuesdays, and we repurpose it on all your favorite podcast listening apps. Are you ready for for the trivia, guys?
Yeah, go for it.
And if you know the answer, hold it back. Save it till the end of the show. What model did Chevrolet ship vertically in the 1970s? Interesting, huh? I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know it or don't. And don't Google it, because if you do, it'll come right up. Hey, we always want to pay homage and thank our great associations with all of the great associations in our beloved aftermarket. So thanks to all of them for being there for us. And hey, let's just thank Dorman for their modern steering columns are collapsible, made of an inner and outer sleeve. In a frontal collision, the sleeves compress like a telescope, allowing the steering column to absorb energy from the crash, reducing impact on the driver. Dorman's steering shaft is engineered with strict tolerances to directly replace the original shaft on certain vehicle years, makes, and models. Dorman has rigorously tested their steering shafts to meet Federal Motor Safety Standards through press-out, tensile load, salt spray, on-vehicle fitment testing, and more. These standards specify requirements for minimizing chest and facial injuries through steering systems that yield forward, cushioning the impact on the driver. These systems also limit rearward displacement of the column into the passenger compartment, further reducing the likelihood of serious injury. Hey, want to know more about Dorman? Visit dormanproducts.com/tour. Hey, thank you so much to Dorman. We've got a lot of really cool products to showcase of Dorman's all in the coming weeks. And I think it's like 3 weeks away now. I'll be doing Aftermarket Weekly live from Dorman in Philadelphia. Hey, this coming Friday, everyone, the Town Hall Academy, Building Customer Trust. This is going to be a really good show. I've heard Greg Bunch do this before, and it's not going to be perfect at just giving us 40 to 45 minutes to talk about this, but we have some great shop owners to talk about that. Well, Clint, I think we're about ready to talk about this a topic that comes up probably so often in 20 groups and peer groups. Am I right?
Yeah, it was something that we've been exploring. We explored for quite a while. And it really just kind of fits in with a lot of different aspects. It's not just how you pay your technicians, but how you attract your technicians, and what type of business are you trying to showcase for your customers. So if you just want me to get into it, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's go.
I started out like a lot of shop owners. I was a technician and master certified. Went through all the courses and working my way up through it, and I was on flat rate for quite a while, which has tremendous opportunities, but has a huge downside to it too. So when I started my shop, that just seemed like a natural fit. We were on flat rate. We had a guaranteed, I think it was 30 hours a week, just to make sure that somebody would go home with a paycheck. But typically you're billing out, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. We had one technician that hit 99 hours one week. It was just phenomenal. But then you get into February or, towards this, the end of summer, and the cars just drop off, and here your technicians are going home with partial paychecks. So that was frustrating. What else I noticed is that, when I was a technician and I needed help with a particular vehicle, nobody wanted to stop what they were doing to come across the shop and, assist with a transmission or a fuel tank or, any of those things. It's just clearly a two-person job. Why would somebody quit making money to go help you make more money? Same with borrowing tools and test drives and, walking out to maybe just talk with a customer out in the parking lot for a few minutes to get some additional information. It was counterproductive. So, we really explored a couple of different options, and, it was a good opportunity for us to switch pay plans when we moved into our new shop in 2017. So what we did is we went to a salary, a 40-hour work week and a salary for our technicians, which was a kind of a huge leap of faith for us. We're going to have to cover this paycheck every week. And if the shop's slow, we're still paying these guys full price. We did a lot of checking with our existing technicians. We did the math on the labor margins, what we had to charge and what we had to collect in order to pay these guys. And, we just went for it. It's been working out really well. What we saw right off the bat, is that, technicians getting paid just as much to sweep the floor and take the trash out as they are to diagnose an intermittent, electrical problem. Because we're treating them equally. We really want to have a clean work environment, and we want to showcase this building. Want to have something that's safe, that's not, trash piling up or slippery floors or anything like that. So right off the bat, we got a really good component of maintaining our equipment, our facilities. Not only that, but now we've got technicians that are more than welcome to come over and help another technician out if they're wrapped up with a car or if somebody's having a particular problem. It eliminates, that whole, hey, I'm not getting paid for this mentality.
So you really fostered the team environment.
We did. That was our big goal with this. One, we wanted to take care of the technicians. As a technician, as a shop owner, I watched a lot of our technicians, even try to apply for their first home loan, and the banks wouldn't accept their pay stubs. Even though these things were more than enough to cover the loan that they needed, it wasn't guaranteed because it was all commission based. Essentially, is how they classified it.
But they probably saw it varied often.
Right. So even if you had a technician that's making $60,000 or $70,000 a year, the bank would count them as making maybe $20,000 a year with whatever their guaranteed salary was. So there were there's a lot of hoops to jump through when it came to financing one of those large purchases. So that was a concern for us as well. Also, we surveyed a lot of technicians that said, hey, if you paid me X amount of dollars a year, I would gladly work for you. And a lot of times it was less than what they could potentially make on the flat rate system. So we were getting some high quality technicians that just wanted that peace of mind of being able to come in and do a good job and be rewarded for it. So we established that in 2017 when we moved into the shop, and all of our technicians are on a salary based pay system.
You have a big, beautiful shop, 13,000 square foot facility.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably said to yourself, I got to pay for this thing.
Right.
And I need happy people, because happy people make happy customers.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got it. And because of the size of the shop, because of the investment that you made, you've got to grow 20, 30%, whatever the number was.
60.
You needed to grow 60%. I stand corrected.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And so you had to have you had to have a pay program indicative to creating a team and happy people. Is there a bonus inside of this?
Yeah, so that's a good question. That's something we established here just last year. And we started that from scratch. So what you run into with the bonus system is that even if you're paying these guys salary and you're getting all the benefits of the teamwork out of it, if you start incentivizing them for individual performance, you go right back to the whole, hey, I'm not getting paid to do this mentality. So, I sat down with my service manager, Dustin, and we came up with a system that the bonus doesn't kick in until our shop hits 150 hours worth of billable labor. So we don't end up in a situation where one technician can make a bonus and nobody else can. So once we hit that, then we start looking at individual bonuses. Anything above 30 hours a week, which is 75% efficiency for our technicians, really gets productivity. I'm sorry, really gets them incentivized to not only do their own work, but to help somebody else do their work. Because if they're the guy that they're next to doesn't get their job knocked out, that doesn't get counted towards the week. So it also gives our service advisors a lot of flexibility too. So if you got one technician that just diagnosed 6 cars, and for some reason we sold $5,000 all 6 of these cars, we can redistribute that work. There's no sense of cradle to grave with these technicians, and there's no hurt feelings over, hey, I've got 6 cars, these are mine, I'm going to work on them until they're done, when I've got 4 other technicians that are standing around. So
everybody gets a salary. Is it based on experience, ASE, anything like that?
Yeah, it's based on a couple of different things. The experience is a big one. The ASE certifications, we do place a lot of emphasis on those too. But ultimately it comes down to, as we start tracking things, we'll track the technician efficiency. We use Mitchell system and the bolt-on and the tablets to clock in and out. So we can tell we can tell if somebody's, really being efficient, even if they just don't get the cars, if they're only churning out 20 hours a week, but we only gave them, but we gave them 30 hours to do it in, we can track that. And that takes the pressure off the technician to perform if there isn't work available. It took a little bit to kind of work the kinks out of it, but.
And do they understand these reports when they see them, Clint? It's easy enough to understand.
Yeah. So we've got a gentleman that manages the kind of the technician efficiency, and then also works on our parts and inventory, parts returns and inventory.
Okay.
He fills out a whiteboard every morning that shows the previous day's numbers for each one of the technicians, so they know where they're at for the week, and they can kind of see if somebody's struggling, and they can kind of help them out too.
Is training a component of pay?
No, I mean we're pretty open to, we just do the training when it comes around. We're very adamant about that. So it's part of the culture.
It's part of the culture. So you're not saying you've got to do 40 hours, and if you do, then you get a quarterly bump or something like that. It's just culture. The culture in your business says, hey, we train, and if we don't, we're going to go backwards. Got it.
Correct. Yep.
I love it. I appreciate it. I mean, we can't talk about it in depth here on the show. It's kind of a chance to just highlight what you're doing, and hopefully, Clint, this will motivate some people to maybe realize that flat rates. And again, I've had people on. We've done shows flat rate versus salary bonus. From your perspective and all the people that you know in the industry, are many people going away from flat rate?
Not really. They're pretty nervous about it in the groups that I've been in. I think it doesn't apply to everybody. But moving forward, I think we really need to treat technicians like the people that they are. These are highly trained people. This is a legitimate industry to be in, and to attract more people into these programs at a younger age, we need to start giving these people more respect, and I can do that with the salaries. And pay them more money, and it continues to be, in my opinion. Every time I hear, you have any problem finding techs? No. Okay, tell us why. And all of that culture, all of that pay program, all of that incentive, the team environment, we've got waiting lists for people to want to come to work here. Mm-hmm, correct.
And I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do.
Good for you. Thank you. We've teased the industry a little bit about why this is important. I thank you so much for being here, Clint Dudley, and I can't wait to see your place someday. We'll have you on to do a tour like we're going to get ready to do for Pete's. Hey, we archived every one of these episodes on the website, remarkableresults.biz/AW. You can listen to them, you can watch the videos, and of course, as I said just a moment earlier, everyone, you can listen to this on a podcast. This week, or actually today, everyone, this is a really cool episode, Drop the Keys and Fix It. And we just had some very interesting reactions today on my opening monologue and introducing the show about going under the knife with your doctor. You got to hear the opening monologue of this show. But Andy and Charlie Marcotte, they nail this thing, because I've been a curious individual. Drop your keys and fix it, and just tell, I'll be back later to pick it up. Doesn't matter how much. How do you develop that customer? How do you get them to behave like that? And every one of you know why and how, but it's something we had to cover. Mike Davidson's doing a leadership series with us. We did part 1 last Friday. We released it, and it's going to be a 5-part series. Mike is a John Maxwell certified instructor, and it's great to Mike's a great guy. The podcast for the Town Hall Academy, My Biggest Mistakes, released last Thursday, and we did a Carmcast last week on lean. And we were out at Fine Tuned Automotive out in Colorado, and Craig Caudill, he's an expert at Lean and Six Sigma, and you've got to either listen to this thing or watch the video on the website, guys, because he shows you a lot of the stuff that he did to make his shop so damned efficient. So that's what's going on with the podcast. And right now, I think we should get ready to do a shop tour. Hey, welcome, Pete.
Hey, Carm, how are you?
Well, welcome back.
Right.
Back. I can't wait to see your. Were we? What? Yeah, 12,000 square feet versus 13. We talked about this in the beginning of the show.
I went back and recalculated. I think it was 13,050 feet. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
and I was
kidding.
going to ask, are we counting the offices too, Pete? Because I might have to recalculate too.
Yeah, well, it includes the bathrooms and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
nitpick that is really funny, guys. Thank you so much. So, Pete, let's get ready to see this video of your place.
Great.
Here we go. Oh, by the way, I did see the first few seconds of this. You've got a beautiful digital sign out there, huh?
Yeah, no, it works well. We've had that for quite a while. That's the front landscaping. We've got that's our quick lanes. We've got 2 on the front side. And then as we pan over here, we'll see the customer waiting room, which we sure made an emphasis on right there. And then my boys started a detail shop, which has kind of been a fun little project. We've been able to give some good warm fuzzies to customers when they've dropped their car off and want to get the cars clean. So it's worked out to be kind of a fun deal.
So the facing of the business, you've got the detailed 2 bays, and then you've got, when you say quick lanes, are you talking about oil changes?
Yeah, quick oil changes, emission testing, quick tire rotations, those kinds of things.
Okay.
Got our key drop boxes there. I actually panned to show a camera. We use the new Vivint cameras that identify people when they drop keys off, just for security. It's actually been a big plus. Customers really like it. Here's the waiting room. Pretty big open area.
Wow.
We really we pull in. My dad's a collector of Volkswagen. That's a 74 Karmann Ghia.
Oh, wow.
We have a work bar right there. A lot of people come in. They'll stay here for a couple hours.
Are those magazines?
No, those are cards. We put in here anniversary cards, birthday cards for guys to pick up when they forgot their wife's anniversary. It's a good deal.
No, that is one heck of an idea.
That's fantastic.
Right.
Oh, wow. I could use that.
Sorry, getting a little choppy here, but this is our. We have a complimentary area for snacks and drinks, coffee, and then we have a kids' playroom. A lot of moms come in here and sit down with a magazine while they're getting their oil changed or a tire rotate, and then there's a little cubicle in the back with an old Nintendo for kids to play on. But
I want to stop. Tracy, stop the video for a minute, and I what I want to comment on. Oh, that's a perfect comment. Number one, you said magazines. I was just to the doctors this week. No magazines at all yet, and you're doing them. Interesting. And number two, you see that water, you see that display. You say the words complimentary up top, but yep. I was to a shop one day, and they had a beautiful place like yours, and one of the customers says, "How much for the water?" And because there wasn't a word complimentary there, the person saw all that great stuff, but thought that they may have had to buy it.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you say complimentary. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we love that. So ASEs, as you know, Carm, we're heavy into training with the apprentice program. We really to broadcast this for the people that are investing the time and receiving those certifications.
Did you create that ASE graphic there on
No, that was a part of a graphic option that's available under the Napa group. Really is a nice touch.
Wow.
We have 4 service advisors up front. The first 3 you see right here for the heavy end, and then we have one sitting off the side right here that handles our quick lane. Mm-hmm. And you'll see the quick 2 lanes right there.
Yeah. Very nice. Super clean, organized, efficient.
This is our admin office. We do a lot of employee evaluations in here, new hires, HR stuff.
Very nice.
And all right, now we're going to walk back in. This is a little unique. One thing we have at our facility. Oh, we're going to walk into, this is my dad's area. Tracy thought this was pretty cool. So again, we've got the two bays here that we do for detail work. But as you notice, my father is still heavily invested in doing restoration projects. He comes in for about 3 hours, 4 hours a day.
Look at that.
And he wasn't in, but I didn't have the lights or anything on, but we're going to poke in real quick and see that he still bench tests some of the old air-cooled engines and still has customers come in and drop their keys off. And I think we poke in right. Here we go. There's one.
Oh,
wow.
Look at that. There it is. How cool is that? And your sons call it Embrose? Embrose?
So that stands for McNeil Brothers.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So,
yeah. How cool.
Yeah. So that's been fun. They opened during the year of COVID, which was a little challenging, but I'll be honest with you. They're getting, 3 a day. And oftentimes we get a customer that after they're getting a timing belt done, there's nothing better than getting into a nice, fresh, clean car. So it created some good synergy.
The thing I like is stop the video is I'm seeing words like I saw the word service. It's almost like nothing's assumed in your place, and it's almost friendly enough where the complimentary, the word service. You didn't have to do it, but you did it, and it makes it warm and friendly.
I'll tell you what, Carm, our industry's hard anyway. People really don't enjoy spending money in this environment. And whatever we can do to knock down some of those barriers and make that experience better is the game. And that's what we got to do.
And this is parts? Is this parts?
This is parts. So we have what we call an IBS. We keep about a couple $100,000 worth of inventory. Napa has a full-time parts manager on site. And they're actually just we're doing a pull and fill right now where they took out about half, and we're doing a remix of what we stocked. But I didn't go all the way up. We actually used to have a training center up there where we held a lot of our BDG groups. But we had this opportunity about 9 years ago to put in the IBS, and it's been a game changer for us for sure.
How many trucks do they run out of there?
Well, we only have one service truck, but the idea is the parts we keep on hand are any jobs under an hour, right? I mean, it's, the alternator, starter, brakes, belts, just the quick stuff. And
but they're not servicing any other customers out of there, are they? It's just yours?
None. Just ours, yes.
Wow. Yep. Okay, cool.
So this is going upstairs to my place. We've got an employee lounge. This probably takes a little longer than it should, but if I'm out of breath, you'll know why. So this is the view down to lower level.
Yeah.
And this is the employee area. We have a TV up here, but definitely like people to save money and stay and eat if they can. And this is my office.
There's your office. Okay, cool. Now, what were all those signs on the wall in the employee lounge?
So as you go out, they're Ron Petro. They're actually drawings that my dad's collected during all of his time going to the bug-ins in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
He's got them since 1985, and they're kind of scattered throughout the shop.
But there were some blue signs. Was that your culture? Or?
You know what? The blue sign you saw there was our first digital sign, or our first non-digital sign. As you know, I started a software company, and that was the epicenter of where that need was, because a lot of the services changed. Here's our first bay. We've got 6 bays. Employee bathroom. Always think it's important to keep that stuff as clean as you can.
Do you do any? Say the quick lanes aren't busy. Would you push a car in there or pull a car in there and work on
it? No, we won't do any. No brake job. Nothing. Nope.
Nothing. Okay.
So Pete, how many cars do you typically see in a week?
So we average about, including the quick lane, about 30 cars a day.
Okay.
We started closing on Saturdays just last year. Probably one of the best moves we've made. That's actually our parts room looking backwards.
Okay.
This is Jake's Bay Carm, as you know. This is
Is that a refrigerator?
yeah. Hey, so let me tell you, I stock this for the technicians. This is again free. We just grab me items, anything they can throw in a microwave, but that's a courtesy, and we like that, so they don't have to feel like they want to run to the gas station or bring things from home. Just anything to save them time and let them know they're valued.
And where are we here?
So this is the next section of shop number 2.
Got it.
You walk through the door. There's 4 bays. We keep our alignment rack in here. Our
What's
brake
that?
lathe.
It's a snow cone machine.
Right. Actually, you did see Carm. We just panned over. There was an apprentice toolbox. So we do one apprentice at each location. So we have one here at Sandy, and we do one at Riverton.
Yeah, this is where the NAPA program, the National NAPA Apprentice Program, was birthed.
Right.
And Pete mentioned Jake Sorensen's bay, and Jake and I have done an interview, and it was fabulous. I can't wait to air it, but we will soon. Yeah,
he's a good guy. We've got a great crew, and you know. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is this shop 3?
This is shop 3. So we added these 4 bays about 2 years ago. And this was for the purposes of doing the apprentice program. We didn't have enough space. We were starting to hinder some of the efficiencies and production that the other technicians were doing. So we wanted to make sure that we were still able to teach and not squeeze anybody else out. So that worked out really well.
Wow. Yeah. To have those resources to do that. Yeah, obviously you run a great business, and that's how you get those resources.
So our parking is like a horseshoe. It literally starts on the south side of the building and just circles around. We're on the back.
Now the customers would still pick up their car up front. Am I right?
Yeah, we never let them go in the back area. We always pull everything up front, right?
Wow.
And there's one of our service trucks. Unfortunately, they break down too.
Got it.
Yeah, we've got 23 tow trucks and service trucks, and then that's the back side of the facility.
So are you AAA? Are you AAA?
Yeah, we're AAA. Yeah, we do about 3,000 calls a month with AAA, so pretty busy.
Wow, what a great tour, Pete. So I'm sure you're so darn proud of your facility and your people out there in Sandy, Utah. And Pete told me you're building 4 more bays on the Riverton location.
Yeah, so that actually, we should start production on that next month. So,
cool. And so maybe what we'll do is we'll get a tour of that maybe within a year or 6 months or something like that. So thank you so much for that. Wow. What do you think, Clint? Nice place?
That's fantastic. Yeah. So what made you add a second location before adding on to the building? Or you added on to the building and then you added a second location, didn't you, Pete?
Correct. Okay. The area that we went into, I'd been in discussions with the owner about 5 years earlier. So we really weren't looking, but it was a fantastic area. And he reached out to me, said, I'm done. I'm ready to retire, and things aren't working out. My technicians can't keep up with things, and the opportunity presented itself. So we were lucky.
That's wonderful.
How cool is that? Hey, great to see you inside of McNeil's. I've known you for a while now, and finally I got a chance to see your great place. Thank you so much, Pete. Hey, here's that trivia tease again, everyone. What model did Chevrolet ship vertically in the 70s? Well, it was the Chevrolet Vega, everyone. The Chevrolet Vega was designed to be shipped vertically, nose down. Railroad cars named Vertipack were designed jointly by GM and Southern Pacific, each holding 30 Vegas versus 18 normal autos. Each car was fitted with 4 removable cast steel sockets into the undercage, and the rest is history. Anyone here own a Vega?
Not on purpose.
Yeah, not on purpose. That's a great comment, Clint. Thank you so much. Hey, next week we're going to have Chris Chesney, Senior Director of Training, CarQuest Technical Institute. And we're going to get a tour of Judy and Dana Hagelin's place out in Denver. Excited for that. So thank you so much to my friend Clint Dudley from Shade Tree Automotive in Grimes, Iowa, and Pete McNeil from McNeil's out in Sandy, Utah. Great tour, Clint. Great wise words about technician pay. Guys, I appreciate it, and we'll hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, my pleasure, Carm.
Thanks,
Hey,
guys.
thanks, Carm. We love everything you do.